Madonna fans and friends, and welcome to another episode of Diva News. It's Miriam here, and of course, we had some exciting news. Recent posts from Madonna, and Confessions 2 is back on track. So, we will be talking about that in this episode, as well as today's release date of Veronica Electronica. Many of you will be listening to it for the first time, and we want to hear what you think of it and the good, the bad, and all your honest opinions about Veronica Electronica. And we're also going to get into an interesting collectible that I picked up on eBay, as well as a very important anniversary for a certain album that we all know and love. But in the meantime, let's get together and talk about what Madonna is up to lately. Okay, first of all, the pictures of Madonna in London we shared in the last slide. Didn't she look amazing? I love the outfit. I would totally want that shirt, the new version of the classic. And of course, she's rocking that updated sweats look that we all love. Just looked amazing. But also, some other photos were in that post. Let's not forget that she is back in London. So, the immediate thought that we're having is that she's working on the album. And in fact, that's what she confirmed with photos in the studio with Stuart. Um, where she is along in the production of the album is hard to say. You guys are always the eagle eyes with any like little hints or teasers in the photos. With my vision improved, I can see the photos, but as far as any details, like I don't have glasses yet. So if you guys see anything, put it in the comments because I know there's always something in there. But it's just exciting to see that they're working on it. And of course, we have speculated, would this be the summer release? But of course, that was to be Veronica Electronica instead, um, which is released today. But it could be that she is planning to do a very cool release in the same time period as the original, 20th anniversary of the first Confessions. Can we get something like an anniversary edition of it that comes along with the new album? Could we imagine something like that? I mean, I certainly can. I think that if it's timed that way in November, around my birthday, um, it would be possible that she would want to do something special with the first album. And then you could get like a double pack, or maybe the special edition would have the first one as well. But very exciting. Of course, we can only imagine what the music is going to sound like. What is Madonna inspired by? Of course, she recently had attended a 90s birthday party and talked about no scrubs. I don't know if we're going to be venturing into all forms of dance or just really staying in that disco vibe, disco electronica vibe that the original had. So, what are your thoughts, as far as the photos, how far along she is, what could possibly be the tone or the style of the music, and exactly what kind of dance floor confessions are we going to get? So, there's a lot of possibilities there, but of course, we're super excited just to see that it is back on. We didn't really have anything for a while there, so this is very exciting news. So let us know what you think. All right, everyone, today's the big day. Veronica Electronica has been released July 25th. And so, for those of you on pre order, the minute you get it, let us know what you think. I've read some of the reviews online, and of course, echoing a lot of the sentiments we've seen here in our community, that this wasn't exactly what we were hoping for. This was always a very exciting project back in '98 when it was announced that there could be a companion album called Veronica Electronica, with demos, with unreleased, with extensions. Maybe William Orbit would have included some of his own work in there, and that just is not exactly what we got. We got edits of many of the remixes that have been released already. We got Gone, 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 as you're hearing in the background, which was always, it'd been around. We'd heard it. It was never officially released. Of course, it did very well on the charts. It had a number one opening. Um, And then apparently one mix of Frozen that has never been released before. So you guys, once you hear that, let us know what you think of it. But remixes of the songs, not exactly what people were hoping for. Disappointment is being heard quite a bit from the fan community. And I would have to say that I didn't buy the vinyl because I don't have a way to play it. Maybe in the future I would for collectible purposes, but um, you know, when we first heard about this in '98, did definitely sound like something that was just going to be even more experimental than the album itself. That it would go into a territory that would be like Cyber type stuff. We of course that we love that track, um, and really just let Madonna kind of branch out into this world without having uh, the confines of a pop song length and style, chorus, verse, and this and that. So that was what my impression was. I don't know what your impressions were, what Veronica Electronica was going to be. But again, it is a very cool collectible. Certainly, it's bringing back that sound, which, at least in that regard, is great because it's a sound that is very timeless and that we love. Um, and so, if whether or not you purchased it yet or not, what do you think of what's on it and what they did with it? And does this bode badly for Bedtime Stories EP? Like we heard about that, and that still hasn't come out. And just what are the thoughts going behind as far as like why they don't release more Vault stuff? Is there some legal repercussions? I mean, is Madonna that's approving this stuff? So it's unless there's some collaborators that are not wanting certain things to come out, or there could be some issues with that. But what do you think? Let us know. You got a great discussion in the last video about it, and we appreciate that. It is important for us to all agree to disagree. It's okay to share your real thoughts about it, because it is, as fans, we've been through all of her eras, and we certainly are the experts on the music we've heard and the music we've yet to hear, and what we would like to hear. So feel free to express that. Be kind to each other in doing so, but we definitely agree that it's important to, after all, express ourselves, to say what we think. I will let you guys know, for example, Celebration CD, I thought was terrible. The collection was edited very poorly. You can tell Cherish is just a great example of that. It doesn't even sound like the person editing it had any idea what they were doing with the song. And I thought that they could have done a way better job with the whole thing, considering it was a huge greatest hits collection. So we have a right to put our thoughts out there, and we'd love to hear what you think about this one. Now, for our episode of Collectible Corner, you saw this earlier this week. Of course, I got this on eBay for like $5. Hard Rock Cafe put out a promotional DVD to have viewing, probably in the restaurant and in the gift shop, while she was on tour for the Drown World Tour, I want to say. It does have this, which is the Thunderpuss mix of the GHV2. It also has some classic videos, Material Girl Vogue. It also has plenty of music videos from the music era, and another mega mix, a Warner Brothers mega mix, which I have never seen anywhere else before. Video mix and audio mix, mostly from the True Blue era. Really cool collectible, something different. Sometimes you just find these things on eBay, and because they used the True Blue photo, I think I was able to get it so cheap, because it was, a lot of people probably confused it for the album. But it is very cool, and it's continuous play. Like, it'll play, and at the end, when it gets to Vogue, it'll go right back to the beginning, as it would when they're playing it on the TV screens. So yes, Hard Rock Cafe did have something promo for Madonna. Can you imagine having gone into Hard Rock Cafe and this was playing continuously to promote? I don't know if there was a specific thing that they were promoting with her, other than I think this looks like around the Drown World Tour, or maybe they had some merch, or they were connecting to that in some kind of way. But it is really cool. So do you have any unusual or strange promos of Madonna like that you'd like to share with us and tell us about? Let us know in the comments because it is very cool to find these unusual items and share them with other fans, as it were. So I hope you enjoyed that. And yeah, it's just a very cool thing to play and watch. And finally, I have the Thunderbirds mix because I didn't have this video before, and it is a really cool little retrospective video that they put together. Now it's time for some fan feedback. Want to thank you all again for all the great feedback you've been sharing on the videos, whether you're commenting on the latest news, your opinions, your experiences. It's been all so wonderful to read and to get involved and share and respond, and so keep it coming. We love it. And today's fan comment for this video is from Joey Alvarado. And a wonderful comment. Recently, I had shared my anniversary of my very first time I saw Madonna in concert, which was the Who's That Girl tour on July 15th, 1987 in Seattle. But it was so cool that Joey had actually seen the show in Madison Square Garden, the AIDS benefit, on July 13th, literally 2 days before my show. And we all know about that show because MTV covered it. Of course, Madonna talked about, the fight for AIDS, awareness and prevention, a long time before anyone else was getting involved. And I think that I heard or read back then that she also offered some little pamphlets or special comic books about it. If Joey, if you went to the show, did you get anything? Did they have some freebies that they handed out? Let us know. But it was a beautiful moment, and very unusual, as many artists were not really talking about it at that time. Madonna was really one of the only ones. So thank you for this memory that you had, and how important it was. That was such an important moment, historical moment, that show. So thank you for that, and keep your comments coming, as well as we have a very special something to remember on the 27th. You know it, the first album, as you're hearing in the background, Lucky Star. This is the gold CD that came out remastered with the two mixes on it. And of course, you got to dust off your copy of the first album, Madonna, and listen to these classic tracks, 8 songs that changed the world, from Everybody That We Love to Lucky Star. The first time I saw Madonna in the music video at 11 years old. This was a game changer of an album. And 42 years. Oh, wow. So definitely get your copy out this weekend. Do a little shimmy, a little dance like Madonna did back then. She did all those easy dance moves for us to copy. Well, except for the high kick. I never could get that one. And tell us what you remember the first time you heard the first album, or Madonna as we know it in the United States. Let's talk about it, and how important and influential it was to dance music and Madonna's career. And thanks again for your comments, and keep them coming. Thank you all again for watching this episode of Diva News. There's so much to cover. Of course, a very exciting moment with Madonna bringing us those photos in London, to the Veronica Electronica release today. And, there have been some rumors about a certain movie that's being worked on that Madonna may or may not be involved in. As far as I can tell, there isn't anything that's actually official, and I think it's just a meme that's going around at this point. But you never know. I mean, she did have her 2 songs in the last movie of The Devil Wears Prada. I don't think, since it's starting production, that it would be something she would time to anything, because we're moving forward. New music in 2025, not 2026. So, but maybe when it comes out, there could be something. You never know. But that's the beauty of Madonna. I mean, once she gets on that roll, she gets on that roll. And we have an amazing secret photo here for you. This was a picture that I bought back in the day, from the Ray of Light era, since we're celebrating Veronica Electronica. Candid photo here. I think it was a movie premiere. You guys will have to sleuth it out for me, remember where this was from, but she looks absolutely stunning in it. And we love that Ray of Light era. We love Ray of Light Madonna and Veronica Electronica. We are celebrating that. And excited to hear what you guys think of the album, anything that stood out for you as you listen to it, and gives us something to talk about as we get prepared for Confessions Part 2. Remember that you can find us on Facebook at Madonna Everybody Fan Club. I am going to announce the contest next weekend because we have the excitement with Veronica Electronica this weekend. We'll hold out, and then you guys will see what we have that you can win. And you have to just head over there and enter, as well as don't forget to check out our July Fan of the Month over there, Brian McLeod. And if you want to be a fan of the month, you can definitely enter for that. Let us know. Join our group on Facebook. Join us on Instagram. And like and subscribe here. We are always putting stuff out, trivia, collectibles, some of my original clippings, and breaking news as it happens. So we're excited to share with you. And thank you again for listening to this episode. And we'll look forward to hearing from you and talking to you next week. All right, bye. Dance and sing, get up and do your thing. Thank you for joining us here at Madonna Everybody Fan Club channel, and I hope you enjoyed our latest video. I hope that you will join us here by liking and subscribing. And also, we have social media with Facebook. We have Madonna Everybody Fan Club, over 5,000 Madonna fans to join. And we have an Instagram at Madonna EFC. So make sure you check those out, as well as a page on Facebook, Madonna Everybody Fan Club, to follow. So definitely check out those social media platforms and join us there. We have contests, we have Fan of the Month, and we have features and lots of great fans to meet. But more importantly, we'd love to hear from you. Make sure you comment on this video and let us know if there's anything you'd like us to talk about or any future video topics you'd like to see. And thank you again for joining our Madonna family. Music does make the people come together. Thanks, everyone.